43 Unseen Photos and Videos of British and Commonwealth Forces from World War II Part 1.
Subscribe for daily content. Support this channel so it can grow.
Only a small percentage of people that watch my videos are actually subscribed. If you feel like supporting me more, join my Patreon.
1. A shot-down Hawker Typhoon IB of 245 Squadron RAF. The fuselage shows extensive flak damage and some blackening from fire. The aircraft still bears its invasion stripes from the D-Day landings, and in the foreground is a 3¼ inch, 60-pound, rocket. 2. On August 2, 1943, Hampden torpedo bombers of No. 455 Squadron RAF attacked a convoy off the Norwegian coast. This aircraft, L4105/D, suffered massive flak damage to its tail. Half the elevator was blown away, the starboard fin twisted and the port rudder fouled by debris. The crew were forced to lash a rope around the rudder bar and took turns helping the pilot, Flying Officer Ian Mason, hold the aircraft straight as they limped back to Lewishurst for a crash landing. 3. A Supermarine Spitfire Mk.VB from No. 92 Squadron, QJE, Royal Air Force, which made a forced landing near El Alamein, just off the main Alexandria-Mersa Matruh Road. 4. Avro Lancaster B Mark I, ME 590 SRC, of No. 101 Squadron RAF, lies on the Fido, Fog Investigation and Dispersal Operation, pipework at Ludford Magna, Lincolnshire, after a successful crash landing on returning from a raid to Augsburg on the night of 25/February 26, 1944. 5. Flying Officer Lee Turner RAF, Navigator, left, and Flying Officer Steve Sykes RAF, Pilot, right, of No. 455 Squadron RAF, inspect the top of an armed trawler's mast which became embedded in the nose of their Bristol Beaufighter TF Mark X during a low-level attack on enemy shipping in the harbour of Marsdiep, Holland, by the combined Langham and North Coast strike wings on September 12, 1944. Sykes brought the damaged aircraft back to Langham and made a successful crash landing, in which Turner was slightly injured. 6. An advanced servicing unit dismantles Supermarine Spitfire Mark IX, EN 459ZX1, of the Polish fighting team, attached to No. 145 Squadron, RAF in Tunisia. The aircraft was damaged on April 6, 1943 when, after shooting down a Messerschmitt Bf 109, it was attacked by another Bf 109 and hit in the engine. The pilot, Flight Lieutenant Eugeniusz Horbiksevsky, was able to glide into Gabes for a forced landing. 7. A German soldier near a crashed Curtiss Kitty Hawkeye fighter from No. 260 Squadron, Royal Air Force, Squadron Code AHS, in North Africa. 8. 8-barreled Chicago piano on HMS Rodney, viewed from below. 9. Gunners on HMCS Assiniboine fire their 2 PDR while escorting a troop convoy from Halifax to Britain, July 10, 1940. 10. A stack of 14 linked rounds of naval pom-pom ammunition. 11. Pom-pom directors, Mk4 on HMS King George V. The large rectangular box centered above the director contains the gyro raid unit. This image was taken early in King George V's career, as the directors do not yet have Type 282 radar. 12. King George V class battleship HMS Howe. 13. Canada, a factory worker poses with a finished Sten submachine gun. Small Arms Plant, Long Branch, Ontario, Canada, May 26, 1942. 14. Pigeon Service. 15. Churchill tanks of 107th Regiment Royal Armoured Corps, King's Own, 34th Tank Brigade, at the start of the Reichswald Battle, February 9, 1945. 16. July 1944 Normandy. Collection point for Rex. A knocked-out Canadian Sherman, likely from the ambush of the 11th of June 1944. 1st Hussars clashed with 12th SS Hitlerjugend Division at Magny-au-Patry. 17. Bert from the Calgary Regiment, Dieppe, 19th of August 1942. 18. Australian members of the 2/1 Armoured Brigade Reconnaissance Squadron, officially the Armoured Squadron, special equipment, demonstrating a Matilda Frog flamethrower tank to senior officers from the Australian Army's I Corps and 7th Division at Morotai, June 10, 1945. 19. New Zealand, HMNZS Leander underway on the Brisbane River. Photograph taken from Australian auxiliary cruiser HMAS Canimbla, 1941. 20. HMS Campbelltown being inspected by German officers shortly before she explodes, killing 250 and rendering the dry dock she rammed useless for the remainder of the war. 21. HMS Nelson firing her main armament in a firing practice, May 17, 1942. 22. A Canadian member of the Joint American-Canadian Landing Force squints down the sights of a Japanese machine gun found in a trench on Kiska Island, Alaska, on August 16, 1943. 23. HMS Hood. 24. HMS Hood at anchor off Newcastle, Northern Ireland. 25. HMS Duke of York, in 1943 prior to the Battle of North Cape. Seen here off Iceland. 26. HMS Duke of York, June 1943. In this configuration she fought the Scharnhorst. 27. HMS King George V, in late 1945. 28. A member of the King's African Rifles in Burma, 1944. 29. HMCS St. Croix, circa 1941, at Reykjavik, Iceland. She had previously been USS McCook, DD 252, and transferred to the Royal Canadian Navy in 1940. 30. HMS Roberts, Malta 1945. 31. The Queen and Princess Elizabeth talked to a camouflaged sniper during the tour of airborne forces, May 19, 1944. 32. British infantry advance behind a Churchill tank near Mejaz El Bab, Tunisia, May 8, 1943. 33. HMAS Hobart at Espiritu Santo, New Hebrides, on July 22, 1943, showing damage inflicted when she was torpedoed by a Japanese submarine on 20th of July. 34. 5.5-inch gun crew from 75th Medium Regiment, Royal Artillery, in action in Italy, September 1943. 35. A paratrooper of the 6th Airborne Division, using a Sten Mk2 SMG during a training before Operation Tonga, May to June 1944. 36. HMS Argus in action, during Operation Torch, off North Africa in November 1942. 37. Rough seas breaking over the decks of HMS Furious in the Mediterranean, taken from the cruiser HMS Sheffield. 38. HMS Malaya entering dry dock at Scapa Flow, 1943. 39. Flight Officer A.R.J. Metcalf in his Spitfire Mk1. He was killed in action over Dunkirk on May 27, 1940. 40. HMS Ark Royal sinking. 41. British aircraft carrier Ark Royal with a flight of swordfish overhead, circa 1939. 42. King George VI visiting airmen of No. 617 Squadron RAF at Scampton, England, United Kingdom, May 27, 1943, Lancaster BMKI bomber Frederick III. 43. Convoy from Alexandria to Malta meets and engages Italian warships in the Mediterranean, March 22, 1942. HMS Cleopatra throws out smoke to shield the convoy as HMS Euryalus elevates her forward 5.25-inch guns to shell the Italian fleet.
Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a comment, like and subscribe. Support the channel so I can bring you more content. Thank you again.